ma'am, you're not. You're going to be a professional. Another woman's raising your child. The maid or the housekeeper will make sure the house is okay because you're not there because he's working too.
I plan to be there.
No, you can't plan to be there. You have a career. A PhD.
So what should I do? What do you advise?
Buy a dog and die alone.
Wow.
So that's what you get when you want to be that's what you want to get when you put your degree above everything else. It's because this is about you. Knuckle up. Hello.
Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying that. I'm from the Bahamas. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that meant. That's all. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay. What do you got on the topic? What's modern women's problem or what's your problem?
I want to know. I don't know if it's a problem, but I want to know, is 8 years too long to wait to get married? Hear me out. And before you get me, hear me out. I have a plan, and me and my boyfriend and I have a plan. And the plan is to get married after I finish school. Now, I'm finishing my bachelor's degree next year, and then I'm going off to the United States to do a PhD, which is going to take 4 years. So I'm going to be back and forth.
The Vaginas are great.
I'm going to be back and forth. And he don't want to get married and have his wife going back and forth away from him. So his whole thing is he don't mind waiting until I come back. 8 years is, well, it wouldn't be 8 years, but it'll be like 5 years should be too long.
Is this man attractive?
Yes.
Is he successful?
He's successful in his own way.
No. No.
He's successful. He has a career.
Let's just go ahead and take it. There's a foolish woman that leaves a man who's attractive and has a bag, and you put distance between them. It's a foolish woman. But let's keep going.
Okay.
Getting a PhD in what?
Criminal justice.
To do what with?
I want to come back home and join our police force as a research analyst.
And you have to have a PhD to be a research analyst?
No, I do not. But the area that I want to go into, it will help me best if I have an advanced degree, and I want to get it.
After marriage, how many children would you like to have?
I want to have 2 children. He already has 2.
You want to have 2 children?
Yeah.
Once you're married and have your first child, you want to have another woman raise that child?
Hell no.
Then how do you plan on having a career?
I'm fine.
Baby, it's called outsourcing motherhood, outsourcing parenting. You want to have a career. I think there was a video a while ago where a woman was talking about being an attorney and being a great wife and being all this other things, but something is going to lack at the end of the day. It sounds good in theory when you talk about being able to do these incredible things, you know, and having a child. I didn't catch her age. Maybe I wasn't paying attention or whatever, but she's already been together with him 8 years, or it will be 8 years by the time she's done. Did she say 24? I think she said 24.
21st. I bought my career.
No, you're not. Family first women don't have a PhD and plan on going to work in criminal justice as a research analyst. So you want another woman? So you're going to have another woman? Okay, look, another woman raising your child means when you're at work, the child's in daycare, right? That's another woman raising your child.
Yes, but I don't want.
There's no but.
I have a question.
Nope, I've already listened. I'm in my analyzation right now.
Okay.
You're going to be going to get your PhD to work. You're not going to stay at home. So you got a man who you say is attractive and successful. Then you're going to have another woman raising your child. Why does he need you?
He needs me.
Why does he need you?
I don't feel like a man need a woman. Mm-hmm. I feel like women add value.
What value do you bring?
I am going to be his wife, going to make sure the household is okay. I'm going to make
No, ma'am, you're not. You're going to be a professional. Another woman's raising your child. the maid or the housekeeper will make sure the house is okay because you're not there because he's working too.
I plan to be there.
No, you can't plan to be there. You have a career, a PhD.
So what should I do? What do you advise?
Buy a dog and die alone.
Wow.
So that's what you get when you want to be. That's what you want to get when you put your degree above everything else. It's because this is about you. You already say you have what many women would love right now: a successful, attractive man who wants to marry you. But yet you feel like you need to go out and get a degree so you can become a research analyst and work for the government. So that's your man. Another woman to be raising your children, you might as well kick it with the daycare runner or the nanny. All he would get with you is a womb. A womb and a product. He would get no spouse. He would get no helpmate. He get nothing.
It's true. The brother speaking facts. When you got two working successful people, that family dynamic is going to suffer. You know, you have to decide what you're going to do, especially when you have children. Even if you don't have children, if you're planning on being a helpmate or you want to be competitive and have your dreams, so on and so forth, to accomplish those things, we get it. We get it. You want your independence and freedom to be, be a modern woman, but both of you are working. People need space and time apart. I get it. Both of you are working throughout the day. You only get to see each other when you come home. And if you have a child, you're really only going to spend a few hours with the child and send them back off to the outsourced mother. So things do become complicated. Not to say that it can't work, and I get what Kevin's saying in terms of this, but the family dynamic overall does suffer, and with things like this.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not gonna tell you I'm wrong. I asked for your opinion. So
well, the point is, ma'am, you're not going to be what he wants.
Well,
he doesn't even want you to, because my thing is, you need to become a research analyst if you want to be his wife.
Okay, let me break it down into the Bahamas term. As a police officer and as a research analyst,
talk to me like I'm 4. Why do you need to become a research analyst? Why do you need to go out and have a whole career if you want to be his wife?
I want to have a career because I feel like I don't want to depend 100% on a man. I feel like I want to make.
Listen, gentlemen.
I want to make my own income. However,
this is fear. This is the fear I was talking about.
However,
can't trust black men, so I got to have
no,
a backup
I trust
plan.
him. I trust him. I 100%.
Then you always said he's attractive and successful, but you still need to work and have your own money so you can have some degree of autonomy and independence. That's not a relationship. That's 2 individuals. That's independence. Buy a dog.
Well, we will talk about it, and
there's no talking about it, man.
Okay.
This is why our women are so chronically single, because every other group of women realize that they need to be with their men. They don't say, I'm with the man and I want you to wait 8 years for me to shit out a kid and let somebody else take care of it.
It wasn't my idea, though. If I want to get married today, I'll get married to him, but it wasn't my idea.
No, you want to go, but you want the PhD.
I do, but I don't have to get it. It's something that I want to do. I don't have to get it. My thing is, I want to be educated, and
No. How old are you?
I'm 24.
You're educated.
Okay, I'm educated.
You got more education than your grandmother, your great grandmother had. Just go ahead and say it. You want power. You want your own money, a degree of independence, and all this other kind of stuff. In case shit don't work out, you're not depending upon a man, and also to help the family, which is a bullshit cover story for the other part.
I will be making more money than him, and I feel like it will help our family more. It'll help our family more.
Then get a wife.
To get a wife? I don't like women.
Might as well, because this is very masculine.
I want a man, and we have a plan.
Okay, right.
And I hope
you want a man that's going to make less than you. You want a man that's going to make less than you.
No, that's not it at all.
You said you'll make more than him. You said you make more than you'd make more than him.
It's going to make.
You said you would make more than him. You said so you want a man making less than you.
That you making it sound bad. I don't.
Logic is simple, man. No, I'm not making it, ma'am. 2 + 2 is 4. 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 2 + 2 is 4, no matter how you get to it. This is a woman who wants to make more than the man she's with. You want to make more than him. Power. Run, dude. Run. Run, homie. This ain't your wife. And make no deals with these women. I'm not saying you're wrong, ma'am. I'm just saying you're not a wife. You're not a wife. Nothing you talked about. Nothing. No. Nothing you've talked about.
So, I believe, I get what he's saying. So, I believe that all of these things can be done in a marriage, but it should be taken care of ahead of time. You should already come together with either a plan to build or two successful people coming together that may already be established. But when you got this plan of action that she has, where she comes back, then has a baby, going on, you have so many different things, especially long distance relationship, trying to orchestrate this. I'm not saying it can't happen, but you're already going into with the mindset that I'm going to have a baby and have someone else take care of it, which is a huge issue. All in all, if you don't plan on having kids, that's perfectly fine. You know, a lot of guys obviously are looking for helpmates. Some guys don't mind women working, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman working, in my opinion, if she wants to work. And I think this is where a lot of you guys, you know, are basically saying you can't straddle the fence, and you either have to completely agree with Kevin. I'm not going to completely agree with Kevin. I have my own mind at the end of the day. If a woman wants to work, we're going to come up with a plan. First of all, if I'm going to get married, we're going to come up with a plan. There's going to be a plan of action of how everything's going to go down. But I am the custodian. I am the guardian overall. And if we have kids, then yeah, she's going to be staying at home taking care of the kids. I should be financially stable enough to take care of the household. But at the end of the day, it's a certain point. If you're not going to have kids, then yeah, by all means, go for what you know. You know, some kids are, especially those younger years. This is the way I look at it. Younger years, a woman needs to be at home taking care of those kids. It's those years. You know, it's subjective as far as school age, even high school, all these things like that. But those younger years, the first 6 to 8, even sometimes 10 years, she needs to be there. But like I said, it's subjective. That's just my opinion.
Benefits him. It's all what you want. Me. Me. All you, not him. All you. I'm not saying it's bad, but here's the thing. After you do all this stuff, after you go get your PhD and you're in the Bahamas and you're 30 by that time.
I'll be less than 30.
What age will you be?
I'll be 28. I'll be 28. I just wanted to know.
Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. 28 is so different than 30 in their mind. Well, you'll be damn near 30 years old on the dating market, and your value will be what?
I heard you say.
How tall are you?
Uh-oh.
I am 5'4".
Dress size?
I am a size 4.
How much did you weigh the last time you stepped on a scale?
About an hour ago, 125.
All right. What would you rank yourself? Fresh face out of the shower, no makeup. You can't use 7.
6.
So that would make you cute. That means the top level you're going to get is a man making about $60,000 a year, which is about $20,000 more.
In the Bahamas, that's luxury.
But I don't care, Bahamas luxury or whatever. My point is, that's what you get now.
Yeah.
At 30, it starts to go down. But the problem is, you'll be making more than that. See, this conversation is going to help people because you ladies got to realize that, like it or not, you were taught safety is education. You were taught job is safety. You were taught you cannot rely on a man, so you must have your own. And this is why you're at the bottom. Because less than 9% of black women in this country make more than $75,000, more than $75,000, more than $50,000. 74% of black women make $50,000 or less. 9% make more than $75,000. You'll need a husband. He's not a luxury; he's a necessity. Mm-hmm. So what I would say is, women who are not black don't tend to think about putting off marriage with a man who is wanting to marry them and move forward. They'll figure everything else out after they're married. Y'all want to get your college degree and your PhD and all this other kind of stuff to fill in this puzzle, this picture, which is a dream. Then you look up and all you've got is a... I'm a PhD.
I appreciate your honesty.
I'm being honest because I'm tired of seeing black women prioritize school, these bullshit ass jobs over families with black men.
Right. So what should I do then?
Marry your... What is he... How old are you?
Yes, he does.
Have you met his people?
Yes, I have. And
has he met your people?
We've been together almost 2 years in October.
See, they've already spent 2 Januaries together. Y'all should have been...
He told me 3 to 5 years.
Excuse me?
He told me 3 to 5 years.
He told you 3 to 5 years for what?
Marry.
I don't give a shit.
The homie, y'all been together 2 years. The homie told you, yo, I'm diving in these buns for about 3 to 5 years. We got a probationary period. 3 to 5 years. We see how you turn out. I've been married before. Are you down with this? She'd be like, yeah, I'm down with that. So she accepted that. This man has been married before. Unless he's providing, she's going along with what it is that he's saying. This is what I'm going to do. So she has a choice at this point whether she wants to move on. He's 10 years older than her, and she's choosing to stick around. So it says a lot there.
I understand it's slow.
No. You asked me. I don't give a shit what he says.
Okay.
3 to 5 years, then to go find another woman.
Right.
Okay.
I call it down the middle. 3 to 5 years? Nigga, you're 34 years old.
Exactly.
You know what this is. You should be making decisions quicker.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't gonna work. Y'all both running from something.
Mm-hmm.
So I should get married to him when I can?
No. He doesn't. He say he wants to marry you. A man that wants to marry you is planning to marry you. Does he know your ring size?
Yes, he does.
So why 3 to 5 years if he knows all that information?
I guess we're still trying to learn ourselves more.
Probationary period. Probationary period. Keep you in a holding pattern, baby. He keeping you in a holding pattern.
You don't learn yourself in boyfriend and girlfriend. You learn yourself after marriage. Everything that y'all doing right now don't matter until you're married. You don't know nobody until you live with them. He needs to, so he knows your people. He knows your people. All this other kind of stuff. What is he going to gain to know in another 3 years is going to make a difference inside of a relationship?
Exactly.
I just feel like marriage magnifies the problems that we don't.
Thank you. Black women are terrified of marriage. It is easier for black women like her to be a mother than get married. These last 2 calls are going to be studied long after we're dead. Because this is our thought process. Our women are terrified of the notion of marriage. You are right in line.
And they magnify the problems, right? So what are your problems? If you have, I understand couples have people have relationship issues, right? But I would never go into a relation, and I get hear Kevin saying you learn yourself after the marriage. I disagree. Once again, I'm going to know ahead of time. You obviously not going to know somebody till you move in. I mean, you're not really going to know everything until you move in with them. But there's a certain amount, and I get with the whole 2 years. You should, after 2 years, you should know this person fairly well, and whether you want to marry them or not. But you know, we're going to figure something out before I even think about proposing to you, and that's just how it is.
With the rest of our culture. And everything you're saying is wrong.
Okay.
You've been taught wrong. Who taught you to think marriage magnifies? Marriage is all this other stuff. Men or women? Men, was it a...
If you have issues, marriage is going to make it worse. If you already have issues. I don't know if that's what she means, but I know that for certain. If you guys are already having issues, you know, marriage is just going to amplify all those things. You know, marriage doesn't fix things, contrary to popular belief. If there's distrust, if there's infidelity, if there's financial woes, sometimes, I mean, marriage can kind of help out with that. But a lot of times these things don't. When you have children, marriage doesn't fix it. Hey.
Man or woman that taught you that?
Well, I would say society at large.
No.
Okay, well, if it has to be a particular gender, I would say it came from more women's side.
Thank you.
Okay. Because the whole thing is we have problems in our relationship, and I feel like if they're not fixed, getting married and not fixing those problems,
then leave the relationship. But marriage isn't the problem.
I mean, I agree, and that's why I say you shouldn't be getting married in that case. So maybe I misinterpreted what was going on. I agree with Kevin on that. We're not going to get married. Even staying in a relationship, a lot of people will remain in relationships well after it's over. This happens now. You can go, you know, people watching. You can go to a restaurant. You can go at the mall, and you can see these things. You guys have friends that you know these people shouldn't be together, but they're so comfortable. It's familiarity at the end of the day. Insecurity, finding security in insecurity.
Relationship is.
yeah. I mean, marriage just magnifies.
No, it does not.
No?
Marriage doesn't magnify anything. Marriage is what's already there is there. See, your instincts are all wrong. If marriage was so bad, why were we the most married group of people
Marriage
outside of... No, listen. Segregation, Jim Crow, slavery. Right out of slavery, black folks are married at a rate of 80+%. And we were more successful prior to 1965 than we are now. Black women have taught you young black women to fear black men, marriage to us. And you have written your own story. Marriage magnifies. Haven't you also heard that money is the root of all evil, the love of money? Money only reveals character. If you have problems in your relationship, you're a fool for being in it for 2 years. If you had healthy relationship patterns, you wouldn't accept a 2-year relationship fraught with problems. You would have left and valued yourself more. You damn sure wouldn't be sitting around with a man who's been married and divorced and with 2 kids telling you it's going to take you 3 to 5 years to get his ring if you really believed you had value.
I believe I have value.
I don't listen to people's words. I look at their actions.
So I'm going to rephrase that before y'all jump all in the comments. Marriage doesn't fix problems. I'll just put it like that. I'll just rephrase what I was saying before it's taken out of context and y'all diving in the comments. Marriage doesn't fix problems that you may already have. If you're having problems, and I've said this on other videos I've done in the past, you shouldn't get married if you have those problems. You can work on trying to fix it, therapy, counseling, things like that, but don't get married just to fix these things, you know. And if somebody's giving you an ultimatum or saying that they'll do this after a certain amount of time, you're just being put in a holding pattern. You know what I mean? If somebody really wants to marry you, for the ladies that may be watching, they'll marry you. If you're talking about it, they'll marry you. It's not like a far off thing. You know, they'll marry you, and it's a man's decision, you know, whether he asks for your hand in marriage at the end of the day. It's not something you're really going to force on him.
Judge those. A woman who believes she has value does not sit on the shelf for 3 to 5 years for a man who's been divorced with 2 kids. Right. A woman with value does not say, I want to push marriage off after a PhD and such and so forth, just to go work in a system that you don't really even value. Why is that job so important? Why is that job more important than what you could do with your own children and building your own family and your own culture? Why is that more important?
It's not that more important.
You prioritize it there because I'm going to leave it right there. If it's not more important, then whatever you started in and talking about makes no sense.
You feel like it's more important because I want to get a PhD, but it's not more important.
I don't feel like it's more important. You're wasting your youth on it. You're paying the highest price. I'm not feeling anything. I'm looking at the choices you make. You feel it's more important because you're willing to bypass, before we even found out that this guy told you to work 3 to 5 years, the way you said it is he wanted to get married, and you were waiting. You were pushing it off because you wanted to get your PhD and go work, and that's you.
Mm-hmm.
I listen very well. I hear very well. Let me ask you a question. If you were a Chinese woman, would she move like that?
Of course not.
If you were a white woman, would she move like that?
Of course not.
Middle Eastern woman, would they move like that?
No.
Hispanic woman, would they move like that?
No.
Thank you.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. That's the point. This goes back to the whole smile thing. She was honest. I appreciate it, sis. Look, man, I'm done. I'm done. You can't. And I laugh when people say, you hate our women. Shit. I'm taking days and years off my life, but I will keep doing this because we have to stop this narrative that education and jobs are going to save us.
Right.